I'm Kobie. I am mommy to an 11-year-old brother and a 7-year-old sister. When I first came to salvation, a lot of people prayed over me that I am a mother to the nations, and it was a very abstract concept and I never really knew what it meant. And then one day in 2013 I had a bit of a Damascus moment where the Lord said to me that He wants me to go and be this mother of the nations. And the Lord just started guiding and leading me, and I did a lot of research on foster care and adoption. And then about 4 years later, it was time, and Wani and Megan came into my life. Just before I had to make the final decision to pursue this journey, I fasted for a few days, and I was fixing my bookshelf and I opened up a letter that fell on the floor, and it was a letter from my father, a speech that he wrote for the elders in the church. And in this speech he speaks about Gideon and Moses and Joshua that were very brave, and none of them felt equipped, but the Lord still said to them, be strong and courageous, and the Lord prompted them to do what He asked them to do. And at the end of the speech he says, when God calls you to something, you always say yes, you never say no. And it was so amazing for me. It was like my dad was giving me permission that day to do what God has called me to do, and He even prompted me to not say no to the Lord's call. And the aha moments for me with the children is every time when they succeed in something, even if it's something small. If my little girl gets on a horse after being so anxious for many years, if my son does well in his swimming, or if his principal tells me he has such great character because he's such a big helper. All of those things are big moments for me, because I know those moments would not have been if they didn't become part of my family. I learned about the grace of the Lord. I don't have hours and hours every day to sit with God anymore, but it's those little nuggets, driving to work and God speaks, and before I go to sleep at night and the Lord speaks, that really make my relationship with Him so strong. And the other thing that I really experience in this foster care journey is when the children ask me questions. You don't always have hours to think about their questions, and when you open your mouth and you start speaking, how the Holy Spirit comes and really answers. He speaks through me, He helps me, and He gives me the right answers to their questions. I would definitely recommend that more people take children into foster care. There is such a need in the world, and so many children will never experience family if we don't come forward and take them in. And you will never feel ready. Even biological parents never feel ready to really be parents. And as I said previously, the Holy Spirit is your helper, and He guides you and He leads you. And as you do this in obedience to God, He will lead you and He will guide you.